Tonight, neighbors in one part of Chesapeake say they're fighting for clean water. For years, this has been the focus. Navy Auxiliary Landing Field, Fentress.
They say the toxic chemicals in the Navy's firefighting foam contaminated their wells. Now comes the search for solutions. 13 News Now reporter Jacqueline Lee is live as leaders talk about their ideas.
David and Janet, representatives from the Navy, the EPA, the Virginia Department of Health, and the city of Chesapeake are all inside talking with residents about different solutions to this water contamination problem. Now, this report was released by the Navy a little bit earlier, and in it lists different solutions for this problem. They want to make sure that no one ingests the contaminated water. It's been nearly 3 years since the Navy discovered contaminated drinking water in and around NALF Fentress Base. Judy Turner lives across the street.
You know, at the beginning, it was like even when you showered, you went, yeah.
When it comes to cooking and drinking, she and her neighbors have used bottled water ever since.
You know, it's expensive, it's annoying, because, you know, to cook with, and you have to pour water in, and instead of, you know, running to your sink and filling up, and it's a pain.
Turner's water well isn't contaminated, but a total of 7 off-base water wells are. The Navy tested them for the man-made chemicals called PFAS, which they used to use in their firefighting foam. Studies show these chemicals can cause health problems like increasing the risk for cancer and causing developmental problems in children.
There's not an alternative method that actually gets it out completely, so to me, I'd rather be connected to city water, and that way be safer that way.
Turner said she's going to the Navy's meeting tonight and will give this input to officials. And the Navy says there are 3 options here. The first one is everyone continues to use bottled water. The second one is to have water treatment options. And the third one is for residents to connect to the city of Chesapeake's water line. And the Navy says the most effective method is actually for the residents to connect to the city's water line because it makes sure that none of the contaminated water gets into the drinking water. Live in Chesapeake, Jacqueline Lee, 13 News Now.
Fentress isn't the only potential trouble spot. The water around more than 120 American military installations contain harmful levels of chemicals. That's according to Military Times. They report the DoD has spent at least $200 million trying to fix the problem. What do PFCs do to the body? Well, that's still up for debate. According to the NIH, tests in animals reveal PFCs reduce immune function, affect several critical organs, and cause developmental issues. Some studies suggest PFCs affect human health. Others failed to find a link.